Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host Brad King. Welcome to my introductory thesis presentation. As historic industrial buildings fall into vacancy, the relationship between once thriving economic institutions and the surrounding community becomes fractured. The identity of the district is then altered, as these original past historic landmarks lose their relevance. This thesis offers a response to reconnect these disassociated parts by weaving the landmark building back into the social fabric of the region by re-establishing accessibility. Currently, these industrial buildings serve as landmarks to not only orient travelers to their location, but to also remind them of the legacy for which that building stood. However, with every day that passes that the building remains unoccupied, so goes the memory of that legacy. One effort that is vital to the overall success of the rehabilitation is resurrecting the original past that made these industrial buildings accessible. Kevin Lynch, author of The Image of the City, said that the city is made up of landmarks and paths, among other elements, and that enhancing each individual part enhances the entire interactive experience as a whole. Through precedent research of rehabilitated industrial buildings, I expect to find examples of urban renewal projects that stretch beyond the limits of the building, so that they not only bring life back to the site, but also to the surrounding community. My passion for historic preservation is rooted in my heritage. I was born and raised in Augusta, one of Georgia's oldest settlements and a one-time state capital. One event that really bolstered the growth of the city was the invention of the cotton gin. The city was in a prime location to take advantage of the local cotton farms, as well as the transportation highway that is the Savannah River, and so multiple cotton mills were built in the downtown. These mills brought workers and wealth to the area, which led to further development of the downtown and surrounding neighborhoods. Recessions in the economy and the ever-increasing importation of cheaper textiles from overseas led to the downfall of the mills, and all eventually discontinued production. As time passed with these textile mills stagnant, the city was forced to move on. New businesses rose up to dominate the economy, and the families that inhabited these neighborhoods were forced to find new occupations or migrate from the city. The Sibley Mill is especially enormous and ornate. Designed in the neo-Gothic style, it has been devoid of a tenant since 1977. The former mayor, Deke Copenhaver, led an initiative to have the local college, Georgia Regents University, buy the mill and restore it as student housing in order for the building to be saved and for the college to gain a footing near the valuable riverfront property. Alas, Deke's vision never came to fruition because of a lack of interest and funding, but I believe that this thesis can do something to change that. The existing 19th century mill is located on prime real estate between the Savannah River and Augusta Canal, adjacent to the historic Harrisburg neighborhood and a mile from the central business district. The Savannah River currently has a riverwalk that runs the length of the central business district. Finding a way to extend that path to connect to the Sibley Mill would increase traffic to the site and lead to further connectivity of the urban fabric. The Augusta Canal has its own path that starts 7 miles up the river at an events pavilion and ends at Broad Street just past Sibley Mill. Reinforcing this path as it enters the mill site also presents a great opportunity to anchor the walking and biking paths with 2 prominent event spaces. The neighborhood south of the mill was started by mill workers. It would serve a great civic purpose to provide businesses that serve the needs of this neighborhood at a walkable distance. Lastly, it would benefit the mill and surrounding neighborhood greatly to develop the path down Broad Street to the central business district as a more inviting promenade. Each of these adjacencies is significant and deserves a thoughtful, dedicated path to encourage walkability in the area. The design goal of this thesis is to present a compelling argument to both city officials and the developers of Augusta so that actions are taken to revitalize this historic building and integrate it back into the urban fabric through walkability measures and ethical integration of the classes. As far back as I can remember, I have passed the dormant mill that served little purpose other than as a beacon that marks the entrance into the downtown. Through the reuse, the building will still serve this purpose, but it will also once again contribute to the local economy. This knowledge of the potential benefits that comes with reusing mills will also be invaluable to other communities with similar building vacancies as a prescription for thoughtful change.